What's up, guys? I'm Cody Crop. This is Kean Crop and Carson Crop, and this is Last Stop Sports Talk. And today we are going to be talking about what's next for each team in the AFC East. We are going to be starting it off with the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills in 2025, their cap space, they have negative $13.4 million, and they have the 30th overall pick. What do you guys think they need? What's next for this Buffalo Bills team?
So, I know some people don't love PFF. Some people love it, hate it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just use it as a, whatchamacallit.
To, help your opinion? To verify your thoughts?
Yeah.
Supplement.
Yes, I use it as supplemental.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supplemental.
Nice.
So, I hop on PFF here because I'm like, I know the Bills had some struggles this year where they have it specifically. They had a glaring flaw, and it's their coverage grade. You get a bad grade on a test, what do you think you got?
F.
Bad grade's like a D.
Percentage.
Percentage. I'd start feeling bad if it's anything below like a 75%.
I was going to say, I'd start feeling really bad if it's below 70.
All right, brother. They had a 37.7 coverage grade. Their corners are good, though. Their corners grade out well.
Mm-hmm.
The problem here lies in their linebackers and safeties.
True.
And this is another team that needs to win now, and they can win now, so that means free agency once again. They don't need a leader on defense, though. They need a contributor. So this screams Javon Holland.
Okay.
Just a year ago, he had a coverage grade of 89.9. He can get you to the A grade if you let him. And you know, I think that he would be a huge bump to this defense. And like I said, they have leaders here. And Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin, they just aren't great coverage safeties. They grade out terrible. They really drug this grade down. And then their linebackers drug the grade down too. They tried Dorian Williams at times. That whole playing time situation was so weird. But I'm going to address safety before linebacker here because they need two of them. So we're going to get one in Javon Holland, and I think he can cover again.
Yes.
As he did 2 years ago.
I don't know why the Dolphins – I mean, I know it's for money reasons why the Dolphins are letting Javon Holland walk, but he's clearly been a very good safety for them. And if they can bring him in – I mean, I know that the Bills don't have a whole lot of cap space either, but, I mean, if you're trying to get the best safety on the market, I think you can make room. We'll make room.
Yeah.
But I like that a lot. So I'm going to go – because we don't have any cap space and we're going to go get Javon Holland, I'm going to go corner in the draft, first-round pick. With the 30th overall because we're probably going to lose Rasul Douglas. Don't have the money to save him. So we need another starting corner opposite Christian Benford because Kyer Elam, even though they drafted him in the first round, the same year they drafted Christian Benford, he sucked. And so I think we got to go to East Carolina corner Savon Ravel Jr. in the first, or even drop back to like the fourth or something. Bring in Kansas. Actually, do both of them. Bring in Kansas cornerback Kobe Bryant, who's been a big riser over this offseason at the Shrine Bowl. But you got no money. And draft two corners for a better chance that one of them might hit and turn into immediate starter alongside Christian Benford. Because, as I said, in 2022, Kyer Elam was the first-round pick. Christian Benford was the sixth-round pick. Obviously, Christian Benford has been better. Yeah. One of them hit, who is Christian Benford. Doesn't matter where you drafted. Nope. If you're a good football player, you will play. So that is where I'm going to go with my money, is just to draft a corner in the first round.
I agree with that. I like drafting a corner in the first round just because the Bills, they proved, I mean, they got the legs to run deep, to run deep in the playoffs. But it was definitely their coverage that was lacking. I agree with that without even looking at PFF. That's what you can see. I like their backers. And, they're going to lose Rasul Douglas, so that'll be a big hurt to them. And, like, the safeties can play. But if you can, like, the safeties and corners, they can play, obviously, to make it deep. But if you can get someone like some of the standouts you talked about in the draft, I agree with that. And I think that would do nothing but help their team and hope that these guys can come in, learn for a little bit, and by the time late year comes around, that they can be fully up to speed and making plays and supplementing that explosive offense with Josh Allen. The Miami Dolphins in 2025, their cap space is negative $7 million where they're sitting right now, and they have the 13th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, this is such a powerful offense that just couldn't figure it out last year. So, me personally, I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm just going to look at their defense. Once again, hopped on PFF, and I just tried to find where their biggest flaw was. And any guesses here for their biggest flaw on defense?
Well, pass rush, they somewhat figured it out. I'm going to go coverage because they were starting Storm Duck late into the year.
That's a problem, but that's not their glaring issue.
Oh, okay.
Well, they got rid of Christian Wilkins. I hated that.
Okay. You're actually on a good track here. Very
I
good.
think you lose Christian Wilkins, you kind of lose some ability in that general area.
Okay, that's the area I'm addressing, brother.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
D-line.
Their glaring flaw was tackling.
Yeah.
And Calais Campbell was a huge part of that. So we're going to let him walk because he could not fill the shoes of Christian Wilkins. And we're going to sign B.J. Hill as his replacement. He's 6'3", 311, played in the AFC North. We're always trying to grind it out up the middle, and he can clog up the middle for us. So give me B.J. Hill. He's probably cheaper than Calais Campbell for a team that has some cap issues here.
True.
And hopefully they can fix their tackling.
Yes.
I like
that a lot. Their defense struggled so much last year. Their defensive line was a big part of that for sure. And Calais Campbell is 39 years old, so, I mean, he's just ready for retirement anyways, so let him get out the door. I'm going to go to the draft. And we got the 13th overall pick, and we just talked about all the holes on defense. Well, we talked about also how they're losing Javon Holland. Well, they're also losing their other starting safety, Jordan Poyer. So we're going right to the safety. We're going top safety on the draft board. We're going Malachi Starks out of Georgia in the first round to immediately just backfill what you lost with Javon Holland. Obviously, there's no guarantee he's going to be as good as Javon was whenever he stepped into the NFL, but we got to at least take a shot. And you're probably going to spend like your first 4 or 5 picks on defense if you're smart, because the offense, like you said, Carson, I don't really want to touch it. Let them figure it out. We don't really need a whole lot of weapons or anything. We already have those. Just kind of let them figure it out. Fix the defense is what you're focused on.
Again, I completely agree with you. I mean, we're kind of in cap troubles here. Yeah, let Calais Campbell walk. It's going to be hard to fill Christian Wilkins' shoes for anybody, let alone an older player like Calais is. But yeah, I completely agree again. I mean, Jordan Poyer, he didn't really live up to what they were hoping Jordan Poyer was. He wasn't the Jordan Poyer of the Bills, as much as I love Poyer, but that's just what happened. And then, Javon Holland, like you said, I completely agree with going and getting a known stud in the first round in the draft for safety, and then fill in pieces from there on out in the draft, because, they got all the pieces in the world on offense. You got Tua back, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and, you got your running backs and everyone you need, and I don't see any glaring issues on the offense except for just stay healthy and fill that defense with pieces in the draft to try to help your cap out. That's what I think would be the best for the Dolphins. Moving on to the New England Patriots up there in Massachusetts. The 2025 cap space they have is $120 million, which is the most in the NFL. They got that money to spend. And they got the 4th overall pick in the draft. So lots of options here.
Yeah, I didn't need PFF for this one. This offensive line is bad.
Garbage.
Yeah. Especially the tackles. They have so much money to spend. We're going to make this one easy. We're just going to sign Cam Robinson and maybe another tackle as well. Maybe we can make a push for Alaric Jackson. That's going to be a little harder to get because I think the Rams are really going to hold on to him tight because he just showed out this year in a crazy way. But I think with all the money they have, they need to try to get this O-line solidified up for Drake May because it's not making it any easier for him. No. I didn't like him in the first place, but you got to give the guy some help on the O-line because he did show promise his rookie season. Get 1, maybe 2 tackles if you can here.
I agree with you there. Let's actually spend our money this year. How about that, New England?
Yes.
You got money to spend, so actually spend it. The defense everywhere needs help. Basically, I could say any position, we're going to fix that, and that could be a good move. But I'm going to leave the defense alone a little bit more than the offense because you brought in Mike Vrabel. He's a defensive guy, hard-nosed. I trust that he's going to get more out of the defense than the offense. I feel like the offense, we need to add more pieces for sure. So I'm going to say, let's go get 2 wide receivers. Just throw the bag at them. Just see what happens. Go try to get T. Higgins and Brandon Ayuk.
Yes.
You got $120 million. Yeah. So what? You maybe spend $60 million on them? It's like, okay, we got another $60 million to spend. Go get some weapons for your developing young quarterback to try to make this easier on him. Otherwise, it's just going to be hell again for a second straight year.
Yeah. I don't know which one I like more as far as defense or offense, as far as what they're going to get. Yeah, you got so much money. I think you do need to go get – first thing to me is go get a wide receiver. Go get a known guy. I don't know if you can pull a T. Higgins. If you can, sure. Definitely do that.
Oh, and Brandon Ayuk's going to have to be a trade. But, you're going to have to try to talk the 49ers into it, obviously.
That's why, you should try it. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'd even be comfortable if you can get Amari Cooper. Sure, he's not a standout, but they haven't had a receiver of that type in New England in too long. Like it's been to get someone in there that's just steady Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
and even I don't know if I mean I would like to say D-Hop, but I don't know if I like that as much.
He's getting older.
Yeah, he's getting older. Bring in Amari Cooper. I think he's still got some years left in his bag. But yeah, if you can get T or Brandon Ayuk, sure, go get him.
Yeah, that's what I like. For this New England team, I like the idea of getting younger guys. Like you're not Carson, like you said, you're not going after Tyron Smith. Like he's
correct.
like you're going after Cam Robinson, who's like on the correct side of 30. I'm going after T Higgins and Brandon Ayuk because they are younger guys. Maybe go after a Dre Greenlaw, Nick Bolton, Zach Bond, Ernest Jones in the linebacker room, Javon Holland, Cam Bynum, Hufanga. Go get those guys who are not over 30 years old. Get these guys who you can build with. And just get better with, and not these old farts that are just going to kind of be gone in 2 years whenever you actually start to get good.
Completely agree. Yeah, go get as many of the known studs in the league as you can because the draft is a crapshoot every single year. If you can go and spend that money on known studs pretty much anywhere, but yeah, offensive tackle, wide receiver, wherever, and then supplement with the draft and let Vrabel do his thing, do it. And New England could be in a good spot.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to overpay because more than likely they're not going to want to come to New England. Mm-hmm. Unless maybe you can get some guys that used to have a connection with Mike Vrabel and want to come play for him. That's the only thing that might help you out here, or they're excited about Drake May.
Yeah.
Right. Yep, I agree. Which then, I mean, on that note, I just said about D-Hop, he's older. I don't think they should, but like D-Hop's one that might want to come. He played with Vrabel, and you might be able to get him super cheap. And then if you can get him super cheap, maybe. I mean, it's D-Hop. It's going to be at least a known set of hands.
Yeah. He's got hands. If nothing else, he's still got hands. That's for sure.
He can catch the ball, which is an issue too. Moving on to the Jets. The Jets have a $17.9 million in cap space in 2025, and they have the 7th overall pick in the draft.
This team, man. I mean, I have one big move that I'm going to do here, and I think it encompasses a lot of moves. So it kind of is cheating, I'd say, for myself, but I'm going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers and undo the damage. Now, that I mean a lot by that. You need to undo everything that Aaron Rodgers did to this organization, just reset. Devontae Adams, that was unnecessary, honestly. You have Garrett Wilson, you got Xavier Gibson actually showed some flash. Malachi Corley just got drafted. He's capable. You brought in Alan Lazard. No, that's unnecessary again. But you do have pieces. You have lots of pieces here. You have Elijah Vera Tucker. You got good O-linemen here. You got Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. Then defensively, you're in shambles. There are so many free agents.
There's a lot.
I mean, you got Will McDonald locked down. You got Quentin Williams, Quincy Williams, Sauce Gardner, C.J. Mosley. No, not kidding here. Pretty much the rest of the defense outside that's free agents.
Yeah.
So you got a mess here, and Aaron Rodgers. I hate to exaggerate it, but he really kind of ruined this organization for the next probably 5 years by trying to win now, which you can't blame him because when you're the Jets, you're so hungry for a win.
Right.
You just get tunnel vision. You're like, all right, win now. Aaron Rodgers is our chance, and then it doesn't work out. This is just what you have to deal with. The Rams had to deal with it, and the Rams turned the corner by some good drafts and whatnot. The Jets need to do that. They have good young pieces here, like I said. They just need to start fresh.
Yes. I'm gonna go. So if you're gonna fix the defense because we got so many pieces that need fixing on there, and just need help. I'm gonna go back to the offense because we lost 2 old heads at offensive tackle. We lost both Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna draft the first offensive tackle off the board at LSU, Will Campbell. If you guys have ever heard. You need to go listen to some of this guy's press conference. He knows ball. I know that most of them probably do, but this guy's got a chip on his shoulder because people are coming after him. He's like, your arms aren't long enough to play tackle. He's like, dude, watch my tape. He's like, I know what I'm doing out there.
That's
awesome. I will not leave you.
Yeah.
I will not leave the quarterback left for dead. I am going to do my part to make whatever organization I'm drafted to a good team, and I'm going to fight like hell to keep my spot at tackle. So
sick.
So I'm going to go with Will Campbell, get him at 7th overall. As long as he can make it to us, that is the big hope. But you need tackle help bad, no matter what quarterback is back there. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. Go young and go offensive tackle in the draft. I like that guy. I haven't dove deep enough into the offensive tackles to know who's going to be there for the Jets, but I think if you can get a stud offensive tackle, then do that, and maybe I don't know. You don't really have much money as the Jets, but yeah, I think get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Let's let that ship sail away. Get rid of Devontae. Get rid of Alan Lazard. And we need to go young. If we're the Jets, tear it down. We're going really young. You're already losing some older guys. Yeah, go young in the draft. Draft guys. Let's see if, let Tyrod Taylor do his thing. I'm not, this isn't the year to draft a quarterback for the Jets. Let's not do that. Let Tyrod Taylor run it. He's proven he can do it at least a little bit, and then maybe hope to be able to throw Jordan Travis out there. Mm-hmm. If you can get a good enough O-line to let Jordan Travis play Jordan Travis football, I want to see that.
Me too.
I'm sure Jets fans want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different quarterback than they've had in a very long time. I think just the Jets in general, I just think they need to go young, get new pieces, and just do a true, they have no option. They have a lot of free agents, but true, rebuild.
Yeah.
Rebuild it back up.
And now that you don't need to win now, I'd like to see him give these young guys some run and see what they have in him. I mentioned, Malachi Corley, Xavier Gibson. You never really gave him a chance on offense.
Right, you bring in other guys.
Yeah, so see what they can do. Even Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis some more. Throw Olu Fashanu. Yeah, out there.
When he played, he had a pretty good
most of the season was just learning.
Play,
So
yeah,
I'm excited to see what these young guys can do. And, maybe they're going to surprise some people and turn into some staples for this organization.
I think that'd be good for Jets fans too. I mean, sure they might lose, but it might at least be exciting. If you can see some studs out there playing and catching and throwing the pass and everything like that, that'd at least be entertaining for me as a team that's lost and lost and lost and lost and heartbreak and loss and try this and fail and and so there's a lot that the Jets can do, but they got some cap space to try to get some. If they want to try to get some known guys on the lines, I think that could be important for letting those young guys run on the outside, offense and defense. Could be good, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. That wraps up the AFC East. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next episode.